Good morning, good morning. Peace and blessings. It's your boy Jay Taylor, Voices for the Voiceless. And I'm back once again. Man, and I just wanted to it's the day before we get to that, man. It's the day before we get to the topic. It's the day before Thanksgiving tomorrow. Man, and it's cold in Chicago, windy, very windy. I mean, the wind is so disrespectful out here. It's like you know how that wind hit when you driving or you walking and it either push you or push your vehicle, a few inches to the left or the right. That's the kind of wind we got today. Yeah, looking forward to the holiday tomorrow, man, and you know, chilling with the family and enjoying some great food. That's what it's all about. The holidays give us a special time to spend with our family, most importantly, and be thankful for what we have and not focus on what we don't, right? And with the holiday season, going on and everything, and I've been seeing online, man, with Candace Owens to get to the topic. I'll just some initial thoughts. What is going on with these claims about that she has about her life being in danger by not only Israel but France. Like if and I'm not here to make no light of the situation. That's very serious, especially given the political atmosphere in this country right now and across the world. We got a lot going on. A lot has happened. Earlier this year with Charlie Kirk, Charlie Kirk assassination, and the several attempts on President Trump. You know, while he was running, we saw what happened on live television. We had a lot of other attempts on the president's life. So I'm not trying to make light of anything. Let me be clear on that. And I'm praying for Candace Owens and her family. Okay. I'm 50-50 on this because you got, I mean, there's a lot of people are on the side of she has verifiable proof and she has, you know, received valuable information that confirms that this is real. And on the other side, you got people saying this is all for social media. She is a content creator, a huge content creator. I listen to Candace, a lot, from time to time. I haven't been following her as much as of late, especially since the whole Charlie Kirk situation. Um, she has really dove in, that being her friend. And, I understand that. That's what a friend should do, want to be, you know, you don't want to just take what the government telling you, especially somebody that you know and you care about. I get it. But a lot of this is also, you know, it is YouTube. It is algorithm. It's a lot that plays a part with that. We can't ignore that. So I'm just kind of caught in the middle of looking at it from both sides. Because it could be a little bit of both. It could be she does have some concern, and it could be with that concern, I can monetize my platform a little bit more as well. Because she has had a lot of success as of late. She's had tremendous success throughout her career, but I mean, really now people are really tuned in and engaged and really invested. She be having, millions, tens of millions of views on her channel. Now, my thing is just to dive a little deeper. My thing is with the latest claims with the people from France, the prime minister and his wife. Like Candace came out and was relentless on accusations that the prime minister's wife is really a man, and that's been going on for a long time. This prior to the Charlie Kirk situation. She was making those allegations, and the prime minister and his wife actually sued Candace Owens. I don't know the specifics of it, but I know that there was some legal legal battles to fight with that, and she continues to do commentary on them and the whole nine. Now with the whole Charlie Kirk situation, she's been very critical of Israel, being involved or insinuating. 'Cause I can't really say that she said specifically that they had something to do with Charlie Kirk, but there is a lot of insinuation and a lot of valid points that she brings up. TS, what's that? TSUPA, his organization has been uh, implicated that they might have had something to do with it. All of these powerful players, and she's married to a very wealthy man and has a lot of political connections. She's been very critical of the president. At one point, she was advocating for him. Now she's kind of like been throwing the president under the bus. So her positions on a lot of different issues have changed, along with other, big names uh like Megan Kelly, Tucker Carlson. They all on the same side as far as Israel is concerned. And my thing is this, especially with the new allegations of France, someone in their government allegedly reached out to her and told her that yes, someone is trying to assassinate you, and this is the information. It's just really hard for me to believe, allegedly, that a whole foreign nation is that sloppy that they would have that type of incompetency to where the names of who was supposed to assassinate you allegedly, and because most times people that are that sophisticated, they don't talk about it, they just do it. You know what I'm saying? Like with Charlie Kirk, they said that he knew something, but it wasn't like he made any real preparation for anything to happen. They just did it. They don't really just talk about it and put all this information out there for it to be leaked. Not to say that it isn't true, but at the same time, one has to wonder how many times are these super powerful countries and governments and wealthy people are going to be this incompetent that you keep getting information leaked to you that they are trying to assassinate you. That's why, on one end, it's just kind of like, huh? But at the same time, I don't want to take away from the validity that it could be, because I don't put nothing past nobody. And once again, I'm praying for Candace Owens and her family if this is true. If it ain't true, I know I pray for everybody. You know, it's just really odd that you would be privy to this type of information, and the person that leaked it to you would put their life at jeopardy by leaking this information to you. They don't know if you're going to expose who they are. They don't know if they over there in France with the people that's trying to assassinate you. Why would they put their life on the line for somebody that they don't know in a whole nother country? That's a valid question. I'm not trying to take away from her claims by saying that. It just makes one wonder. And if these claims are true, why is it playing out on the internet instead of the federal government? That's a serious situation. If multiple, at this point, multiple countries and governments are plotting on an American citizen, why isn't the federal government where's the police reports? Where's the investigations? So that, would insinuate that the United States government is somewhat complicit. If these claims are true and they're not investigating this, regardless of how they feel about Candace Owens, she's entitled to her opinion. She's entitled to freedom of speech. She can say and believe whatever she want to believe. It's up to each individual if they want to run with her beliefs, if they want to accept her narratives as valid. That doesn't mean that the government, and I'm saying this right now, that the United States government needs to investigate her claims at this point, because that is treasonous. That we know, or we can assume, or there's some type of indication that these claims are valid. The United States federal government needs to do a thorough investigation. And what has the Prime Minister of France had to say about these allegations? Did he say anything? Because these are some very, very, very serious allegations. Now, I know Bibi Netanyahu came out and refuted her claims, but from my understanding, the Prime Minister of France hasn't said anything. That's weird, because that could start a potential war if you trying to plot on one of our American citizens and you a foreign prime minister of a nation. We can't stand for that, because they could plot on anybody, and if the government is aware that this stuff is valid, I would employ uh Cash Patel, Pam Bondi to do a thorough investigation. The Attorney General and the chairman of the FBI needs to be all over this situation. But it's playing out on YouTube, right? Now, these are just my initial thoughts. Like I said, I haven't done a thorough I haven't done my no thorough research on these claims or anything. I haven't. This is just on the surface what I think. And once again, I am not saying that she's lying. I'm also not trying to validate these claims. I just have questions that we need to think about, you know. And like I said, I do believe that the whole social media monetization of social media plays a part in this, because it's more content than it is investigation going on. That's crazy, because normally, if it's a validity to a situation that's potential, that's a crime, because that would be uh, a crime of epic proportions, that somebody from a not just anybody, but the leader of a nation is plotting the assassination of an American citizen. That is crazy. The level of treason that the federal government here in the United States, not doing a thorough investigation, not reaching out to Candace and trying to figure out what's going on, give us all the information so we can thoroughly investigate this. You need to get off social media, Because normally when you have an open investigation, you're going to be contacted on a federal level to kind of, let's let's not speak on this publicly anymore because we're investigating this. That's what I would think would happen. That's what normally happens when it's an open investigation, something as serious as these allegations. So, we shall see. Once again, keeping Candace, her husband, her children, and her extended family in my prayers over here at Voices for the Voiceless. Um, the political atmosphere in this country and across the world needs to tune it down. You know, uh, we have Candace, just like anybody else, is entitled to her opinion without being threatened for her life, right? So with that being said, you guys and enjoy your Thanksgiving. If I don't make another video until then, we love y'all. And until next time, we should see you soon. Peace and blessings.